The dust has settled, the real work begins. You might think the race for Dakar 2027 starts in Saudi Arabia, but you'd be wrong. It actually starts right here in North America, deep in the Altar Desert of Mexico. Dakar 2025 just wrapped up, and while the factory teams are popping champagne and taking a well-deserved break, the ambitious amateurs are doing the exact opposite. They are already in the garage, prepping bikes and shipping gear to Sonora. This isn't just a fun practice run in the sand. It is the only place in North America where an amateur, and only an amateur, can earn a guaranteed spot on the Dakar starting line. The 2026 edition runs from March 15th to the 20th, covering 1,450 kilometers of navigation extreme. We are looking at why the Sonora Rally is the brutal filter that separates the tourists from the future factory stars. The Altar Desert, the ultimate proving ground. If you look at most desert racing in North America, it usually follows a specific formula. You have events like the Baja 1000 or the Mint 400, which are incredible races, but they are essentially sprints. You memorize the course, you pre-run every corner, and then you hold the throttle wide open on a two-track road until something breaks or you cross the finish line. Sonora is a completely different animal. It was created over a decade ago to bring true rally raid navigation back to this continent, and it has quietly become the most important training ground we have. The magic ingredient here is the geography. The Altar Desert offers something you simply cannot find anywhere else in the Western Hemisphere. Massive, open dunes that mimic the empty quarter of Saudi Arabia almost perfectly. We aren't just talking about a few sandhills, we are talking about Sif dunes. This is that incredibly fine, flour-like sand that offers zero traction and swallows bikes whole. When you are out there, the terrain forces you to ride differently. You can't just power through it like you would in the Mojave, you have to surf it. This is where the concept of HP, or hors-piste, comes into play. In English, that means off-piste or off-road, but in rally terms, it means you have left the safety of a trail completely. There are no arrows, no ribbons, and no tire tracks to follow. You are staring at a compass heading on your tower and a wall of sand that stretches to the horizon. This is the environment that shaped riders like Ricky Brabeck and Skylar Howes. Before they were factory legends standing on podiums halfway across the world, they were out here in Sonora, getting lost and figuring out how to read the terrain. The dunes here are often softer and more unpredictable than what you find in parts of Africa, which creates a specific kind of terrain trap. It forces a rider to become a master of suspension tuning without a team of engineers to help them. If your rebound is off, the Altar Desert will buck you over the bars in 10 minutes. This matters for 2027 because this is where the scouts are looking. They aren't just looking for raw speed. Anyone can go fast in a straight line. They are looking for mechanical sympathy. They want to see who has the touch to make a 450 cubic centimeter engine survive 5 days of wide-open throttle in deep sand without blowing up. We are talking about daily stages, ranging from 200 all the way up to 375 kilometers. It is not about testing parts. It is about testing the rider's ability to preserve their machine when the conditions are trying to destroy it. The golden ticket and the privateer's dream. Now, let's talk about why people put themselves through this. It's called the Road to Dakar Challenge. For a privateer, racing Dakar is a financial mountain that is almost impossible to climb. You are looking at entry fees, logistics, and bike rentals that can easily top 100 grand. Compare that to Sonora, where entry fees hover between $3,500 for Enduro and $4,100 for Pro Moto. It's steep, but it's accessible, and the payout is massive. If you win the Road to Dakar class, specifically the SSV category, you get a free entry to the big show. That ticket alone is valued at over $30,000. It is the only path for a North American amateur to bypass the waiting list and the bank loan to get a guaranteed spot. But here is the twist. The competition for this ticket is fiercer than the pro class. The rules are strict. You cannot be a factory rider, and you cannot have raced Dakar in the top 10 before. This is purely for the dreamers. And to win, you can't just be fast, you have to be precise. The rally has shifted to digital roadbooks and strict FIM waypoint validation. In the old days, you might get away with missing a hidden waypoint by a few meters. Now, if that digital unit doesn't beep, you turn around and find it, or you take a massive time penalty. One missed turn in the dunes can cost you hours, and with it, you're shot at the prize. Then there is the mechanical nightmare known as the Mousse Meltdown. This is something specific to the heat and friction of the altar dunes. You don't run air in your tires in rally, you run foam inserts called mousses. But in Sonora, the sand is so deep and the speeds are so high that the friction generates insane amounts of heat inside the tire. If you aren't careful, that foam insert will literally liquefy. It turns into a black soup inside your rim, and suddenly you are riding on a flat tire in the middle of nowhere. Managing your tire temperature is just another layer of strategy that separates the winner from the guy waiting for the sweep truck. Even if you don't win the ticket, you are being watched. This event acts like the NFL Combine for Rally Raid. The factory teams might not be racing their top guys every year, but their managers are there. They are watching the bivouac. They are looking for the guy who comes in after a 300-kilometer stage, washes his own bike, changes his own oil, and fixes a broken navigation tower with zip ties and duct tape without complaining. That is the Malle Moto spirit. They are looking for the next Skylar Howes, someone who didn't necessarily win every stage, but showed the grit and the mechanical sympathy to keep a bike running when everything went wrong. That is what gets you a contract. And it all starts in the sand of Sonora. The spirit of Sonora. Beyond the racing, there is a distinct soul to this event that you simply don't find at the sterile corporate factory races. It is a journey through the heart of Sonora. When you pull into the bivouac in towns like San Luis Rio, Colorado, or Caborca, you aren't hiding in a trailer. You are immersed in the local culture, eating with local chefs who cook incredible food right there in the desert, and building a genuine connection with the land. It feels like the golden era of rally, where the adventure mattered as much as the result. But don't let the tacos and hospitality fool you. The reality for the Malle Moto class is absolutely brutal. The commitment starts before you even arrive. The organizers have a strict policy. After February 28th, there are 0 refunds. Once that date passes, you are all in. This category is the heartbeat of the event. It means no support crew, no mechanics, and no luxury motorhomes. It is just you, a designated box of tools, and a small tent after fighting the desert for 300 kilometers. You fix your own flats, you change your own oil, and you sleep in the dirt while your muscles scream. This is exactly why we call this Step 1. While the Dakar Rally is the ultimate dream, Sonora is the cold, hard reality check. It is the filter that strips away the ego and shows you exactly where you stand. If you cannot manage your physical fatigue and your machine's maintenance here, you have absolutely no business booking a flight to Saudi Arabia. It is the exact crucible that forged Brabec and Howes, and it hasn't gotten any easier. Conclusion. The first domino falls. The Sonora Rally doesn't just predict who will be fast in 2027. It ruthlessly eliminates the riders who aren't ready for the logistical chaos of Rally Raid. The first domino falls right here in the Mexican sand. Drop a comment if you think we'll see a true underdog snatch the ticket this year. I want to hear your picks. Subscribe for more takes on the real road to Dakar.